Hey guys, Artosis here, bringing you some more CNSL 5. It's a round of 8. It's the last match. It's ZeLoT against Ample. This has been a killer series so far. ZeLoT does lead 2-0, but it's not one-sided, not even a little bit. That last base trade game, dude, if you didn't see game 2, seriously, go click on it. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely insane game. The beauty of such a rare situation, like really awesome. So well done on both sides. Fantastic, a lot of fun. 5 stars, 10 thumbs up, whatever it may be. That was great. That was better than any movie you're going to see this year. And a lot shorter too. Okay, so right now we're on Vermeer. We're in game 3. If ZeLoT wins this, he just goes directly into that round of 4. He'll face Yoon there if he does. Otherwise, Ample has to start the comeback. Excuse me. It's doable. But 3-0ing ZeLoT seems hard, right? Just because he's so aggressive, it feels like he'll peel a game off you. Feels like ZeLoT is a guy that you can 3-1 or 3-2, but not 3-0. You know what I mean? It's just something about those aggressive players where you're assuming that you're going to drop a game. It's very hard to play it perfectly against the types of aggression that they can bring in. Now, Ample is doing a very nice wall here. I actually don't know that that is Ling tight or not. This here will have a hole where Marines and Lings can get through. We'll see, but yeah, I think there is technically a hole here. And yeah, it's good to see the wall because that is just good in general against aggressive Zergs. Makes it very hard for them to, do any sort of Zergling harassment. You can skip your bunker and everything, which makes the rest of your build a lot faster. ZeLoT right now throwing down his spawning pool and gas at that 2-minute mark that he likes so much. Generally gets a sub 250 layer so that he can really pile on the aggression as quickly as possible. In this particular game, Ample being cross spawn does make it a little bit harder. Yeah, and there's a big gaping hole here. So it's 2 holes, but it's still good. It's still good. But it does make it a lot harder to be aggressive in those cross spawns. It just takes longer to fly down with your mutas, longer to traverse with your Zerglings. And I wonder what Ample's going to do, because it felt like that Valkyrie rush was good, but don't forget he did take a risk in that previous game. If it had been a lurker opener, he would have died. But, he guessed correctly, and, ZeLoT didn't. The thing is, like, a 2-hatch lurker opener, it's actually a terrible build order. And there is that very fast, like, 249 layer. But for people that don't quite understand, like, you can use the build. It works. You can get wins, and at lower levels, like, it probably can get wins pretty consistently if you get good at it. But as you get to higher levels, like the 2-hatch lurker openers, like, if Terran identifies what's going on, you have no harassment. You're not forcing any turrets. They're not afraid at all. And you shouldn't be able to bust them, right? So, like, Terran can kind of get away with doing everything. Obviously you have to hit a certain level before that's what it looks like. But, yeah, because of that, sometimes you do see pro Terrans just say, yeah, he's not going to go lurker. And just go ahead and do their anti-mutalisk build because the mutas are just such a better choice as you get better. Now, this SCV staying alive, getting some good scouting. The Marines walked way up here. They were looking for an Overlord. Just walk around, see if you can get a snipe or something like that. Catch any Lings on the map. That's what these 2 Marines are doing right now. Looking for a possible Ling walking in. Just barely miss it. He sees it coming down. And hey, he's actually going to get a full scout. That's pretty nice. He's going to get in and see that it's 1 Barracks Academy. Now, there's no real way to abuse that. Okay, with the build order that he's chosen, where there's like already a Spire on the way, he has a Sunken and stuff, there's no real way to abuse this. It's just like, what it is. That's all. I guess the one thing you can mention is one Rax Academy can't move out. So, like, when he throws down his 3rd hatchery, he just doesn't have to worry about Ample walking across the map and getting it. He's just not going to have that many units. Like, if you do a 2 Rax Academy rush, you can have, for a walkout before mutas, 8 Marines and 2 medics. Here, as you see, he's going to have, like, 6 Marines and 1 medic. So it's a big difference there. But it allows you to get your stim and your range very quickly. You can easily go into 3 or 4 racks behind it as well. It's already got that eBay going. And, yeah. I mean, it's a good build from Ample. There's nothing particularly wrong with it, especially with such a nice, quick +1. But yes, I actually hadn't noticed that behind the minimap. It was hiding. See? Now, this third base is super hidden from ZeLoT, okay? Here's what you think. If you're playing against ZeLoT, you think the third base is going to be here. This is another expansion location, and this would be making the most sense for a very aggressive Zerg to take. It's very close by, easy to go there if you need to defensively. Against a macro Zerg, you might expect here or here, the other main bases, of course. Then you start thinking, okay, what are the sneaky bases? The coin flip, I'm a noob base is this one. And then the I'm trying to get ahead heavily in the early or in the late mid game would be the naturals of the other bases, right? Because as soon as you hold these, you get your fourth for free. But yeah, this one's super sneaky because it doesn't make a lot of sense. There's a lot of ways that you could attack it, but you would just not scan it. Like, he's not going to have any idea where that third base is, like, for a very long time. For a very long time. He might waste a lot of scans looking for a third base. That is a real possibility. So right now, ZeLoT is getting +1 carapace for his Mutalisks. 4 racks play here from Ample. Not a big surprise when you get that quick +1. 4 racks is a great play. And as range and +1 finish, that's when we're going to see Ample start to move out. Now, there's only 1 turret in the main, so he does have to be a little bit careful of that. And he has to be able to threaten a very strong attack. He's a little bit light on Marines, but he is getting that range and +1, so he should be all right. This move out, as that Ling gets killed and ZeLoT realizes that, he has to pull the mutas and start trying to reduce the Marine count. Because, like, when you start getting range and +1 and a good amount of mutas, like, it becomes very difficult for Zerg to not take a ton of damage if you march across the map. So right now, the mutas actually kill off the single turret there and the Marines. A little bit light on defense, and now he's killing all the Marines at the ramp. ZeLoT's actually doing a very good job right now. The amount of Marines that he's reducing, this is so worth it. He's killing off the turrets. He's preventing more production. He's preventing the critical mass, which is what you're looking for with Terran. Like, basically in every single matchup. Even in Terran versus Terran, to actually attack someone, you need critical mass. These units in small amounts don't do very much. So the fact that he's consistently reducing the Marine count here is awesome. He's on top of those barracks quite a bit. This is not like game ending, but it's very annoying for Ample. Want to take a quick look over here? Okay, Hive is already on the way. This could be a Guardian Rush again. There's a real possibility of that. That is certainly a build that I see ZeLoT do the most in this matchup. And again, he's probably, excuse me, the best player in the world at the Guardian Rush. That would be my guess. Double Starport on the way. Are we going to see their armory? There it is. So he is going towards Valkyries. It's a good choice. Hydralisk Den here, but again, very hard for Ample to figure out that there's a base there at all. If I'm Ample here, I'm probably thinking this is Guardian Rush, especially when you scan how quick the Hive is. That's going to give you the best idea of what's going on. Now, a lot of mutas are down here. Very high health, too. These are not bruised mutas. These are full health. They got +1 carapace. This is scary stuff to deal with. He's put a lot of damage on this barracks on the edge. Going after the turret. And look, with 4 racks play, you're supposed to already be on the map right now, forcing the Zerg to play by your rules. But in this case, ZeLoT is just out-microing pretty significantly. 5th rack's coming up. This is the one thing we can say for Ample here that's very good for him. He has a lot of SCVs. 48 at this time is amazing. So he hasn't taken SCV damage. He's got sick production. He's about to go 2 Valks at a time. 5 racks, really fantastic. But we have that Greater Spire started, so it's not that long until Guardians will be out. Ample needs to keep as many Marines alive as possible. This is the key right now. He needs to hit that critical mass so that he can just kill off the mutas and, you know, the Hydras and the Guardians, just everything. I think he's fully aware of what's going on at the moment, but I think he's making a poor choice here. This is not enough Marines to be doing this with. Even if you had 12 there, this is not a good choice. And look at that, jumps in. These are battle mutas, like I said before, right? Sits there, kills them all off, and he's just going to dive on these Valkyries as well since he has that +1. Does end up losing a lot of mutas and takes a lot of damage. He actually didn't get that Valk. Oh my god. Oh my god. That one battle kind of swung it back to Ample. Keeping this Valkyrie alive was gigantic. Now, what Ample needs to do is get as many Marines on the map as quickly as possible and keep pressure on so he can't morph his Guardians. Where, okay, he is morphing some down here, and Ample just barely doesn't have enough Marines to break here. Like, look, this is taking a long time. And if he had, like, 5 more Marines, I kid you not, 5 more Marines, he would have smashed through that and gotten on top of the Guardians before they morphed. Those are the small margins we're looking at in StarCraft. But he lost too many to the harassment of ZeLoT. And, you know, this battle that we saw over here, that was sloppy, but the Valkyries kind of made it so it could have still worked. And now we're in a tough spot because we have these 3 armor Guardians being attacked by +0 Valkyries. They're not taking that much damage, right? Like, look at that. They are not that low. Small group of Marines in the center with quite a few medics. All right, coming up. Oh, that one morphs just in time. Does kill one of the morphing Guardians. And as you can see, yeah, that animation slowing down the Valkyries so much. We're having the attack come in here once again. Guardian attack into the natural. And, hey, the Valkyrie's getting some nice free hits before these Hydras come down. And there is going to be a counterattack. There's only a single sunken, but he is making a Guardian there as well, rallying a few units inside of his main base to try to help out. Can Ample do something here? Targets down that Valkyrie so quickly. Not enough Marines really left over. Oof. The Guardians just there, just tanky enough that they're not exploding from these Valkyrie attacks. Look at this. Ample trying so hard to save that command center. Can't do it. The explosive damage to the Hydras is too much. 4 Valkyries now jump on top of the Guardians, but there's not enough bio to push everything else back. And you know what? This looks like a victory for... Wait a second. He's flanking. It looks like a victory, though, for ZeLoT to me. He's going to lose this army again. This looks so much like Game 1, where he's lost the command center, but he will clean this. Like, right? We talked about that a lot in game number 1, where if you clean that up, this is basically an all-in. It's like a prolonged all-in that ZeLoT's doing. But when you kill the command center, like, how do you play back as Terran? If you have the additional command center, you're actually good to go. You can kind of, like, overmass what the Zerg can do, but his mining is not enough. His income is not enough with the 1 command center. He's trying to rebuild. Like, I like ZeLoT's position here by a bit. And he is going for that lurker upgrade. So this is almost exactly a replay of game 1. That's crazy. The first game between them. But it's not completely a dead end for Ample. I think to a lot of people that say, well, it's 3 base against 1. But you have to remember, these Hydras, no upgrades, right? The Guardian, only the +1 armor. There's never going to be another upgrade for Zerg. It's not going to ever occur. Like, he's still got to kill him with what he has. It's not like he's going to take a 4th base. He's just got to make units and go kill Terran. Now, this is a lot of lurkers. Irradiate is on the way. Double Vessel is on the way. It's a good amount of Marines, and they do have 1-1. Those are big deals. But this is a huge amount of lurkers running forward, getting that burrow off. Oh, God. Oh, God. If he had, like, 4 bunkers, he would live long enough for a tank. But I'm afraid that he might get broken here. Look at that. He's letting the Hydras tank while the lurkers get up there, and he tries to break it. He just can't. He just can't break it. Almost only medics left over here. The lurkers push into the natural, and Ample has to pull back. No irradiates ready quite yet. Has to have another 40 seconds for that or so, 30 seconds for that. And once again, breaking in through the natural, going up the ramp here. Oh, is this an overcommittal? That's a lot of units going down now. He has the detection. He has a siege tank here. You know what? Ample's going to hold on. If he throws away every lurker here, this could turn into an Ample victory. Is he pushing too hard at the moment? Well, the thing is, like I said before, you do kind of have to kill Ample. Like, you don't have a great position for transitioning in anything here. And look at this. Oh my God. He's going to have a second tank. He's going to have siege mode. He has irradiate. He's not even wasting his irradiates right now. I think 1 irradiate would probably be a very good idea on one of these high health lurkers, because you need to clear this as quickly as possible. But look, like, Well, there are a lot more Hydras coming across. There are more Lurkers being made. But as that siege tank count grows, if he retains siege tank vessel, your cost efficiency goes through the roof against this. You just have to keep those units alive. Now, this, he's got to be careful about this. It's a little bit low health. Sometimes when you attack move tanks, they'll go into lurker range. The unsieged tank range is only barely more than lurker range, so you do have to be a little bit careful. I believe he has siege mode. If he sieges here, yeah. You can't kill him, right? I don't think you can. Okay, the lurker's coming up. He's just got to pull back, got to pull back. Look at that, getting huge tank hits. That is a lot of Hydras coming up, but I don't think it matters too much. Yeah. Okay, the Hydras come over to this side. Whoa. He's trying for a snipe. That's not going to work. You just pull this back into range of the siege tanks. Dude, what a crazy hold going on right now from Ample. He's got that second command center. Well, this one's just about empty, so he actually has to get down here and take it. Okay, he loses every Hydra there. Now, the money of Ample is extremely low. He has to start mining this, and it needs to give him more income. Let's look at the position. Muta's being made. Oh, God, he's making 7 more Guardians. Are you kidding me? I missed that. 7 Guardians. 3 vessels, so he's going to have 2 Irradiates with another one on the way. He's making as many Marines as possible. Now, here's the thing. The siege tanks actually can zone the Hydras out, so it might be good for him to go into Wraith from here if he figures out what's going on. Oh, God. He sees the Guardians. He needs to irradiate Guardians. Okay, gets 1. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, stims forward. The Guardians moving forward. The irradiated ones, at least. Can his Marines actually take these out? 1-1 Marines, not quite enough. If he had another 10 Marines, he would actually slaughter this, but it seems like there is literally just exactly enough Guardians. Look at this. This one almost died. This one was taking damage, and now he's going to push him all the way back. I can't believe how back and forth this game is, but now losing those siege tanks, now he has to kind of clear everything with Irradiate plus Marines. It's maybe doable still. All right, comes forward with those Marines. Oh, the Hydra's being pulled back underneath the Guardians. The Guardians going to town on this natural expansion. Don't forget, this is his only mining. So when you lift that, you're not getting any extra money. Dude, I think ZeLoT did it. What a crazy series. This might be the series of the tournament, honestly. Even though it's a 3-0 for ZeLoT, like on paper, that looks like it was a bad series, but this was close. This was sick. GG ZeLoT to the round of 4.